Hi everyone, my name is Gia and my pronouns are she, her. I am a second year student here at Ohlone College as well as a second year student wellness ambassador. And I'm also a political science and sociology major. I'm excited to be here, but before I move on, I'm gonna let my fellow ambassador introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kenzie. I am a first year wellness ambassador. I go by he, him pronouns, and this is my second year here in Ohlone as a nursing student.
Thank you. And here, as you can see in the images, there are other ambassadors, but not only ambassadors, we have navigators in our Step Up program as well. So it consists of two different programs. I'll get into a little bit more about what goals are and what the ambassadors do. But first, to touch a little bit on what the navigators do is basically they'll be partnered up with a student who needs assistance outside of campus, and they'll help navigate them to resources. As for Step Up stands for Students Together in Education and Prevention. And now we'll be telling you a little bit about our program as well as our goals.
Step Up has three main goals. Number one is to promote help-seeking behavior. This is a healthy mind is a healthy body. We should never disregard our mental or emotional well-being, because to have an overall healthy well-being, we need to consider not just physical, but also mental and emotional. Number two is to reduce stigma. As men, there is a stigma that real men don't cry. However, that is not true at all, because everyone feels different kinds of emotions, no matter what race, religion, or gender you are. As people, we experience various emotions, and what each person feels is valid. Never think that what you feel is not important or unworthy of attention. It is important to reach out for support and talk about your feelings, which leads us to the third goal of our cohort, which is promote social connectedness. Step Up is here to support support and resources to help anyone, regardless of their background or circumstances. Remember, you are never alone in how you are not alone in how you feel, and seeking help is never a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength.
Now I want us to just take a moment and see where we are today and how we're doing. So first I can start off and I will say I am in Joyful Jungle because I'm happy to be doing this presentation. And I'm also in Tired Town because it has been a long day and there's been a lot of things to get done today as well as for the rest of the week. Kenzie, would you like to share?
Thank you, Gia, for sharing your experience. Uh, I think I am in Tired Town because of everything that happened this day, since it's the first day of classes. But I am also in Joyful Jungle because I've met so much new people and met my old buddies.
Thank you.
Um, the health center is located in Fremont Campus, Building 7 on the third floor. We are open on Mondays to Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., but we are closed on 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. for lunch. In Newark Campus, we are located in room NC1214 on the first floor. We're open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Gia?
And now that we know where the health center is located, we also want to let you know about some services we provide. First, we'll be talking about our mental health services, which include counseling appointments, and these are available for a number of reasons and much more that is not written on this screen. So the first one is depression. There's also anxiety, stress, grief or loss, relationship, whether it be personal or professional. We do have a professional therapist that you can come and talk to, and everything that you tell them is confidential, so don't worry about it if it's regarding someone on campus or whether it's family. And you can also talk to them about time management and, like I said, any other issues. They're there to make sure your voice is heard because it is important that student voice is also being heard. And I would do want to let you guys know that if you want to make counseling appointments, you can go to our website, which we will talk about later in the slides, and you can make the appointment, or you can come into the health center and the front desk will help you. You get 6 free counseling sessions, and after you're done with those sessions, you will be connected with a navigator who will help you connect within the community, and they'll tell you which therapist are available. And if you do have a certain crunch on your budget, they can also help navigate you to therapists that are more affordable.
And if you really want someone to talk to or just have a listening ear, we are also here to provide that because this year the student wellness counselors will be open on mid-October to give you a listening ear or provide you a listening ear. This year we have Anye, Kiona, Diana, and Tien as our student wellness counselors. Uh, Student wellness counselors are here because sometimes it can be hard to open up to adults. That is why student counselors are here if you need a listening ear. I do have to say that as student counselors, they are not licensed to diagnose, but can provide you a listening ear if you need to vent out or want someone to talk to. And if you do need a diagnosis, our wellness navigators can help you connect with support and resources that you need.
Now to get into some medical services we also provide at the health center, including the primary urgent care, flu vaccines. So we will have flu clinics on campus, and you can see flyers around campus. You will get a flyer emailed to you regarding the flu clinics as well through your Outlook email. However, if you are unable to make it to a flu clinic, you can also come to the health center and make an appointment during fall or spring. And all of this is covered within your student health fee, which you pay for in the beginning of the semester when you register for classes. So please do use these resources. We have condoms, medications if you have a headache or cramps, and it's over the counter, so you can just come into the health center, which, like Kenzie said, on the Fremont campus is Building 7, Level 3. And the only thing we do charge for are birth control and pregnancy testing, as well as STI and HIV testing and lab screenings. We do charge at a much lower cost because we're partnered with other organizations. However, it is not free. So if you need any of these things, you can come to the health center and we can help navigate you on how to make appointments and get these testings and lab screenings done at a much lower cost.
The health center also provides Narcan spray and fentanyl strips. Narcan sprays are for opioid overdose. Opioid overdose is a drug overdose. You may not need this now, but it may be very useful in case of an emergency situation involving someone experiencing an opioid overdose, while fentanyl strips are used for testing drugs that are bought from unlicensed pharmacies. Every semester, you can get one Narcan spray and 3 fentanyl strips. And you can also you also need to watch a video tutorial before you can get the Narcan spray.
Yeah, and you'll do a quick little form just saying that you got these from the health center so it can help keep track of who has got one per semester. And it is important if you know anyone who does do drugs or uses opioid to have a Narcan because you can help save a life. Some other resources we do want you guys to know about is the Wellness Central. So this will be available on your Canva, and essentially it'll be in your class. So it'll be modules, grades, and at the bottom there will also be a section called Wellness Central, and it'll lead you to a website where it talks about mental and physical health. So it'll tell you how you can help manage your stresses and also keep a healthy diet and multiple other topics. We also pair up with the Ohlone Needs Resource Center, and they help with food security, housing security, case management, and community resources. Although you may not need this, someone else may need it. Someone else may be going through food security or housing security, and it's important we share these resources not just with family, but also friends and peers in our classes. So if they're ever in a situation where they need this, they can go to the OSL and talk to Paul Simpson, who is the lead for this and the coordinator, so he can help you out.
And these are the programs that this as student wellness ambassadors have. As wellness ambassadors, we try to publish magazines about mental health. We try to publish 2 to 3 issues per semester. These magazines provide mental health tips, places to visit, and things to do during holidays. And we also have student wellness counselors, just as mentioned previously. They serve as a listening ear and support and offer support to students. And we also have our tabling. Through tabling events, we promote our programs and distribute swags to students. We also have a podcast called Note to Self, which explores mental health topics. The podcast is available on YouTube and Spotify. We also give out classroom presentations like this one, where we try to spread information about mental health and reduce stigma. Our goal is to educate and empower individuals to take care of their mental well-being. We also have our event planning. We also organize events that are both fun and informative. We're aiming to enhance student engagement and well-being.
Yeah, and just to add a little bit, we did multiple events last year. One of them was a cultural stigma open forum plus game night. So we talked about how our different cultures view mental health and how that's impacted us, especially for myself, coming from a brown household. Mental health isn't always seen as a positive thing. Oftentimes it's seen as a negative thing, especially to express your emotions. So it was really nice because a lot of us students got to connect with one another and later play games as well as eat some pizza. We'll always have food at our events, so come through. And at tabling, we'll talk about, like, for November, we did men's mental health and the stigma around it, but also how we can, as communities, spread more of a word about it and make sure that the men in our life are being taken care of. And we'll do topics also like a self-care day and what is anxiety, what's ADHD. So we have multiple topics for tabling. If you ever see us, come say hi and get some swag. Now, just to get into something a little bit more serious, if you're ever in crisis or need support or you know someone, these are great numbers to have saved on your phone. So I will give you guys a moment to just do so. Please save these numbers in your contacts because although you may not need these, someone you might know will in the future. So the first one is crisis text line, text courage to 741-741. The second is 988 suicide and crisis lifeline, which is dial 988. And the third one is Alameda County Crisis Support Services 1-800-309-2131. Although you may not need these right now, you might in the future. It might be 2 a.m. and your friend's not picking up and you really need someone to talk to. These numbers are there for you. We had to call them personally ourselves for an assignment and training purposes. And these people are extremely nice. They're there to make sure you're being heard. And like I had mentioned before, your voice is important. And if you need someone to talk to, these numbers are there for you.
And if you want to contact us, here are our contact information. Our email is studenthealth@ohlone.edu. Our phone number is 510-659-6258. Our website is www.ohlone.edu/healthcenter. Our Instagram is @OhloneStudentHealth or Step Up Ohlone. Our Linktree is Linktree/Ohlone Wellness. And our Facebook is Step Up Ohlone. You can also scan the QR code for our Linktree, which you can find all this information.
Thank you. We're all here for you guys. And if you do have any questions, even after this presentation, the previous slide did have our email, so make sure to just email those to us, or you can contact your professor for any questions, and they'll reach out to us for you, and we'll get back to your professor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.